G'day folks, welcome back to another update for natural gas. This is the 15th of August 2024. Now nat gas has hit a minor resistance after a bounce off a major support. So this is a key area. It could actually continue further up if it breaks through this resistance, or it might continue to further downtrend. We also cover BOIL, UNG and KOLD. First, going to the heat map, you can see there on top right, we've got monthly, weekly and daily trends based on the CCI 150 indicator, and they're predominantly bullish on the lower timeframes, the weekly and daily, with the exception of KOLD, and bearish and neutral on the monthly, and plus some other instruments for your reference. So first, looking at natural gas, look at the monthly, weekly and daily trends. You can see here on the monthly we're still bearish. It's broken below the moving average band. On the weekly, it's neutral. If I put those bands in there, you can see that's very thin range, but it's actually neutral within those bands. And on the daily, it's bullish. Again, putting those bands in there, it's above the moving average bands. So I've just simplified this indicator to make it look a lot simpler to read. And you can see here also on the daily, if I expand this chart, you can see it's broken up bullish on the CCI and also broken up above the moving average bands of the price chart as well. The hourly chart. So what we've got here is, going back a bit of history, before our last video we projected this bullish divergence, higher lows on the CCI versus lower lows on the price, hit our target at 23.38% level, and since then it's actually hit this minor resistance at 22.97. Now it's been bouncing off that number of hours. Now you can see that's a triple top almost, and you can see there on a daily as well. Now what we've got here is we've got a bearish divergence, lower highs on the CCI versus higher highs on the price. And what it's actually done is, if I draw a Fibonacci between that low and that high, we then put in a target area, and that would have been from that 23% to that level there, which is the 23.38%. You can see it's just touched that and bounced off that in the short term. So we might see it further rise from here. And if it breaks through that resistance on the daily and shown on there on the hourly, we're going to see further rises. Now the daily is showing a bullish movement, which is good, although the CCI on the hourly is still dropping, so just be aware of that. I'd like to see this break higher to be more bullish on natural gas. So just wait for this to break higher, specifically if it breaks higher than that previous range there, and then it starts moving in line, because normally the CCI starts moving in line with the price, and that's what you want to see, with the exception of these divergence. So BOIL is showing looks like a bearish sign on the monthly. There's no CCI for it. On the weekly, however, we did have a bullish divergence here on the CCI versus lower lows on the price, and that price is actually still dropping, so hasn't actually started to rebound yet. So I'll keep an eye on that. On the daily, it was bearish during this period, but notice the CCI is now broken up, giving us a bullish signal, similar to the nat gas price, and it's actually bounced off that support at 8.14. Hasn't quite reached that resistance at 12.01 yet, but it's actually broken up through the moving average range of the daily moving averages. If we look at the hourly chart for BOIL, again we only take long trades based on the daily CCI, you can see there. So you would have been wise to take those long trades on the hourly chart if you're trading the hourly or the intraday if it's showing a bullish movement. Now, in this case also we did, if you zoom out, you can see there we had a bullish divergence on the CCI, on the hourly, versus lower lows on the price. And we drew our target area there at 23.38% level, Fibonacci. Hasn't quite reached it yet, and that corresponds with this resistance as well at 12.01. So I'll keep an eye on that. Still bullish at the moment, bullish on the daily, still just into the neutral zone at the moment on the hourly. So wait for it to break above on the moving averages to be more bullish. And again, if I draw those ranges in there, you can see it's just touching that moving average range, giving us a neutral signal. Next we look at KOLD. Now this is, again, the CCI is not showing on the monthly, but it's broken up through the moving average range of the price chart. On the weekly, it's still bullish, although notice there's a big pullback towards the CCI moving average here, and that's still bullish, but it may turn into a neutral or even a negative in the coming days. You can see the price is just hovering above that moving average range of the price chart. And on the daily, it's already broken down below the moving average range, giving us, on both the price and the CCI, giving us a bearish signal. So if you're trading this on the short side only, based on the daily, if you're trading on the intraday. So going to the hourly chart, again taking short trades only. And that would have been a nice little trade to take going short in that period and close it out when the moving average range crosses over. But similar to the divergence, we had a bearish divergence back here, longer term versus the price, higher highs, hit that resistance at 85.10, and we drew a target here, 23.38% level in that range, and it hit it. In this case, it's dropping right through it. Remember, these aren't necessarily touched and then bounced. It could go straight through it, and there's no way of telling at this point how far this can actually drop. But we do have a minor support here at, 59.53. Hasn't quite reached it yet, but it's still pretty much bearish on the daily, and it looks like it may turn further to the downside in the coming hours on the hourly chart as well. On UNG, that's showing a bearish movement on the CCI on the monthly. The price is also well below the moving average range. On the weekly, it's broken up into a positive or a bullish momentum slightly, even though the price is still bearish. And we did have a bullish divergence here, higher lows on the CCI versus lower lows on the price. Now the price hasn't actually bounced, so don't trade this until you see this break further to the upside. That could have been a false break there with that price breaking above the moving average range. I like to see these moving average bands turn up like it did back here, and that going long on the daily. If you're trading based on the weekly, you would have taken possibly a couple of small long trades in that period on the daily. So again, remember when you're showing you these time periods, we trade based on the high time frame. Now the daily is also showing a break above the moving averages of the CCI as well as the price chart. So what we hope to do is, you can see here back here, we did have a bullish divergence versus lower lows on the price. Bounce, hit our target, 23.38%, then it fell further. At the moment, the CCI is moving in line with the price. So again, based on the daily, and we go to the hourly chart, we only take long trades. So again, based on this period back here, long trades only, and you would have been taking those long trades from that point on, and you would have closed it out when you hit that moving average range. And take whatever hits first, whether it's the price break in the moving averages or the CCI. Again, if I draw those bands, you can see it touch that CCI there. You might have gotten out early there, but you would have entered again when it broke above there as well. And then enter it again at the moment. You'd still be in a trade today with a small gain. So hopefully you got value out of the video. Hit that like and subscribe button. Support us more on Patreon, where we provide bullish shares on a weekly basis. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.